PC24RETV ਦੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ-ਬਹੁਤ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਮਾਫੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੀ ਤਕਨੀਕੀ ਗੜਬੜ ਕਰਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ 8:30 ਪੂਰੇ ਕਨੈਕਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਸਕੇ। ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੁਣ 9:30 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਆਪਣਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਹੋਏ ਹਾਂ। ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਫਸਟ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੋਮ ਬਾਇਰ ਦੇ ਹੋਮ ਬਾਇੰਗ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਨੂੰ ਡੀਟੇਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੋਮ ਬਾਇੰਗ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਅੰਡਰ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ। ਤੇ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਮੌਰਗੇਜ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝੀਆਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੇ। ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੋਈ ਗੈਸਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਜੁੜ ਰਿਹਾ। ਲਾਸਟ ਮਿੰਟ 'ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਕਿ ਜੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗੁਰਲੀਨ ਜੀ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਰਹੇ। ਸੋ ਐਨੀਵੇਜ਼ ਜੀ, ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਖਿੱਚਾਂਗੇ। ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਅੱਗੇ ਕਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਨਮ ਦਿਨ ਮਨਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਸਾਲਗਿਰਾ ਮਨਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਨਵਜਨਮੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਦੀਆਂ ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਮਨਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਲੋਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਕਰਾ ਲਈ ਹੈ, ਉਹਦੀਆਂ ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਮਨਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੱਖ ਲੱਖ ਮੁਬਾਰਕਬਾਦ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਤੁਹਾਡੀਆਂ ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਸ਼ਰੀਕ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਬੜਾ ਮਾਣ ਅਤੇ ਫਖਰ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਵਧਾਈਆਂ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਆਮਦਨ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਢੁਕਵੀਂ ਪਾਲਿਸੀ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਅਤ ਕਰ ਲਿੱਤਾ। ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਰੋਡ 'ਤੇ ਜਾਣ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਇਹ ਪੱਕਾ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗੱਡੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਕਮਰਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਵਹੀਕਲ ਹੈ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਪੈਸੇਂਜਰ ਵਹੀਕਲ ਹੈ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਆਫ ਰੋਡ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਔਨ ਰੋਡ ਆ, ਕਿ ਉਹ ਰੋਡ 'ਤੇ ਉਤਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਖਰੀ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਮੁਹੱਬਤ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅੱਜ ਤੱਕ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੁਕਰਗੁਜ਼ਾਰ ਹਾਂ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਈ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਕਮੈਂਟਸ ਰੂਟੀਨ 'ਚ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਸਾਡਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਬੜੀ ਸਿੱਧੀ ਸੇਧ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ। ਅਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੋਮਵਾਰ ਤੋਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਟਾਈਮਿੰਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਬਦੀਲੀ ਕਰਨ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। ਅਰਲੀ ਮਾਰਨਿੰਗ ਦੀ ਬਜਾਏ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਤਕਰੀਬਨ 7 ਤੋਂ 8 ਜਾਂ 6 ਤੋਂ 7 ਦਾ ਪਲਾਨ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਤੱਕ ਇਹ ਪੱਕੀ ਅਨਾਊਂਸਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਦਾਂਗੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਵਜੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਣ ਵਾਲਾ। ਸੋ ਐਕਸਪੈਕਟ ਦਿਸ ਟੂ ਬੀ broadcast from 7 to 8 or 6 to 7 on weekdays, Monday to Saturday. Sunday we usually take off day. So I spoke about that the home buyers, specifically the first time home buyers, they need a lot of help in understanding the home buying process. And not only that, they need to be handled with care. So when I work with home buyers who are buying for the first house, my approach is always like a dad and children relationship. I have to protect them as best as I can so they do not fall into any wrong trap. And I am very, very possessive about my clients. So nobody can actually spoil their experience of home purchase. So, welcome to our home buyer series today. So today, as we are going to delve deep into the exciting words of home ownership for first-time home buyers, whether you are starting a family or simply ready to invest in your space, purchasing a home, and that too first home, is a milestone worth celebrating. Don't you agree? So can you come on board? Give us a call at 647-800-1518 and share your experience about how you felt when you purchased your home, the first home. So when I'm saying purchase a home, we're talking about your first home. The phone number to call studio is 647-800-1518. I am very curious about you telling me your first time experience, how thrilled you felt, what drew you into the home that you purchased, how did the realtor help you, was that a great experience or was that a worst experience, or was it okay, I knew something? What questions did you ask your realtor when you hired him to help you with the home purchase? So it is a big decision when you decide to buy your first home, isn't it? that that makes it all more important that whosoever you work with, whosoever you trust with, a heap of money that you're paying to the seller through your realtor or through your brokerage is the right person to work with. It's not only purchase of home, it's taking care of your money, making sure every cent's worth is felt by you and by your professional representative. Without that, things will not go anywhere. So this is really critical. So why we stress too much on selecting the right professional is that a right professional can save you way more money than you can imagine. And someone who, when you asked, will you give me 1% or 2% cash back, they agreed. And guess what? I really don't want to say anything, but you understand what I'm trying to say, right? You can listen to my unspoken words. I'm constrained to say something negative about my brethren, but I will just say that someone has to value money in order to save money. If, as a professional, I do not care about what I get in my pocket after helping my clients, then do you think I am the right professional to help you save your money when you buy or sell your home? Just sit down quietly, calmly, and reflect on this question. So, this should not be the first question you ask from your realtor representative. All you need to find out is watch our program, the episode that we have done in the past, and see what questions are relevant for you. So I would give you a small hint. It doesn't make a difference if some realtor is 1 year or just joined the profession or someone who has 45 years experience. That really doesn't mean. What means is ability to negotiate and ability to listen to your finest demands or requirements, what you must have in a property, what is a kind of great thing to have but not mandatory, something you don't care, but it would be okay if it is there. So if someone can listen to you attentively and give you the product that you're looking for and doesn't show you 1,000 houses over a span of 1 year, rather shows you 4 or 5 or 6 houses because he or she has understood your requirement, they listened carefully, and it would not only save you tons of time, your invaluable time that you could spend for your family, for your children, go on a vacation, work harder on your whatever you're doing. So that will save tons of money. But are you paying attention? So that saving in time may be worth more than the 1% or 2% you are looking to get back from your realtor. The negotiation ability of a realtor goes a long way to make sure you are best represented and every cent is accounted for. Why negotiate? It is simple. Because most of the consumers of real estate are taking mortgage loans from lenders, and lenders depend on appraisers for the appraised value, for the fair market value of the property. If your realtor has not done the right job of pricing the property right when the offer is being submitted, and the appraisal is 100,000, 200,000 off your paid price, guess what? You may not even close the property because you don't have extra cash to close it. Isn't that right? So when your realtor who is apt in negotiations negotiates and understand that if paid over this dollar, Over this dollar amount, you are going to be in a hard position towards closing. So this is what you need to understand. So your first question to ask is negotiate with your realtor and see how he holds up his own commission. So try asking him if he would pay you cash back. And if someone does it just on a drop of hat, I wouldn't hire that professional. I don't work wholesale. I only work one client at a time. And there are so many great realtors out there who only work one client at a time. That means you get undivided attention. What happens when you deal in bulk? You are just a number. But for those people who work one client at a time, you are not a number. You are Mr. Homeowner to be. So your dream is their dream. Your passion is their passion. Your desire is their desire. The best outcome out there for you, they are going for it. Isn't that right? So this is how you should ask. Try to find out if this person is the right person to help you, because you are committing to 7, 8, or maybe $3 million, $5 million worth of your money to, from this guy to help you purchase your property. How cool is that? So try that. Try to understand what I'm just saying, and then tell me if I'm wrong or right. So now, so we would like to walk you through the whole process of home buying anytime you call. When I hear many industry people saying their clients are mostly those who do not know anything about real estate in Canada and it is a smooth sale for them, do you think I like that statement? I do not. Because when a client doesn't know anything, it becomes all the more important for the professional to walk them through every nitty-gritty of the process even before they put their signs on piece of paper. Wouldn't you agree to that? You are hiring someone to supplement your knowledge. You're not hiring someone to put you in a harm's way. Take advantage of your lack of knowledge. That's not what a profession does. So when a professional sees that you don't have any knowledge about the process, the first duty for this professional is to educate you about how you are going to find your property and what are the steps involved all through this. Home purchase is not easy. I have seen many seasoned buyers stumble in their purchases. They think they know everything, then why don't they just take a license and start helping other people? It's only ego that drives them nuts. And at the end of the day, they end up losing money and then they think they made the best decision. I was in the US the last night, and where my friends were living, it was an Airbnb place. And their neighbor told us this, that the houses in this area, it's Buffalo, I guess, right by the Rainbow Bridge. And the neighbor told us that this house wasn't worth more than 80,000 US dollars. But this guy paid way more money, 120 or $130,000 for this property. And now, in order to get money back, his lease rate on Airbnb is way more than others, $400 a night, 3-bedroom house. So that's what happens. So when you pay more money, you try to get assistance. And in this case, in Canada, what people bank on when they buy their first home, they are told by professional. Don't worry, this is a finished basement apartment and you can lease it for $2,400. So if your mortgage payment is $6,000, you are getting $2,400. So all you are left with now is you have to come up with what? $3,600. 24 comes from there. So now it becomes 6,000 monthly payment. But what if the tenant stops paying? What if the tenant becomes disabled and cannot go to work? What if the tenant gets unemployed? You cannot vacate the property that easy. It is kind of pain in the neck. Yes, you thought I would say something else. No, I wouldn't. So it is really, really important when you start on your journey to buy your home, you talk to the right professional, ask them questions. But that is one aspect. It's crucial. The second thing that I'm going to say is it's very, very crucial to plan ahead. Plan. Be financially prepared for the unexpected cost. Isn't it true? Unexpected cost, and understand the impact of your mortgage terms, so you can always come back to us and ask us questions. Hey Paul, can you educate me on this thing? I would be happy person to help you out. But do not call me if you are already in brokerage relationship with someone, and we are not soliciting your business. If you are currently working with some brokerage, please do not call me. When I ask you, are you being represented? You should be honest with me and tell me, yes, I am being represented, and then go ask your realtors. I do not step on others' shoes. So planning and financial readiness is really critical. Planning is the key when it comes to buying your first home. Before you start house hunting, take time to assess your financial situation and determine what you can afford. Start by creating a budget and evaluating your monthly income and expenses. Can you carry that kind of load, financial load, every month on your shoulders? Be very careful. So you can just go online, put in the interest rates that you already probably are aware of, and then see, okay, 5.5% rate of interest, 2-year term, $1 million. This would be the payment, principal plus interest. Now go back to the listing, find the property taxes, divide by 12, add that to your monthly payment, and then keep on going. Then you must be paying your utility bills at this point. Add those utility bills and see if that is a number which is very easy for you to manage. If not, then what else can you give up or trade off in order to stay there? Are you ready to stop eating outside? Are you ready to stop friendly parties, outings, and picnics and vacation for some years before the property appreciates and you become a kind of have more equity, more cash in your house, or the rates go down and then now your payments have come down? We all are expecting the rates to go down in the next 2 years, but not right away. That's why most of the mortgages are for shorter term these days, 1 to 3 years. Yesterday I talked about the fixed mortgage terms are mostly between 1 to 2 years, and lesser number between 2 to 3 years, or 3 to 4 years, sorry. So those are the things that should be considering. Rates are going up for the shorter term durations. Bank of Montreal has already increased fixed rates from 10 basis points to 65 basis points for mortgages for the term of 1 to 3 years, while RBC right now has raised it by 10 basis points from 1 to 3 year term. They know where the money is. They are going to go there. They know if you are smart, they are smarter than you. They are lending institution. So this is what I want you to understand, that when you are buying, plan. Financial planning is really, really critical for you. So now, let me give you an example. Imagine you found a dream home valued at $600,000. You have managed to save 35% as down payment because that's what you will need. 25,000 for the first 500,000 and 10,000 for the remainder. So that becomes $35,000. $35,000. Now you have to look towards the closing cost. the other cost associated with the closing, that is transferring the title in your name. In India, we call it as registration. I think that was what it was called when I was there 20 years ago. But I don't know what they call now, because things and technologies and every terminology has kind of undergone some evaluation. It may be something else. But during my time, it was called registering your ownership. But here, that is called title. It's a one-page document that shows the latest and truest picture of the ownership on a property. The lawyers don't go beyond that. Everything from registration was transferred to titles a couple years back, and now that is the final document. Anything on that means it has to be fixed before closing. So before transferring so to transfer the property in your name, you have to pay a legal fee. And some people misunderstand legal fee. It's not only legal fee, it's plus disbursement. So when you speak with your lawyer and he says my legal fees are $1,000, do ask him, do I pay anything on top? Because that would come as a surprise to you when he says, okay, my bill is $1,900 and you don't have that money now. First time home buyer, they find money in every nook and corner of their home. They all pull it together and they go out to buy property. This is how people buy property for the first time. Everyone goes through the same hardship. It's not easy. So make sure you are there. You understand the process. You have factored those costs. So $35,000 for a $600,000 house plus land transfer tax, right, which is exempt up to $4,000 for a first-time home buyer, plus legal cost, plus adjustments. So what these adjustments are? Let's say you are buying in February and the seller has already paid the property taxes for the entire year. Let's say the property taxes were, just for the sake of simplicity, let's say the property taxes for the whole year was $3,600. So now you're closing end of February. The first 2 months, that is $600, were spent by the seller. The remaining $3,000 for the remaining 10 months, you have to pay the seller. If your property purchase price was $600,000, with this adjustment, it now will be $603,000. And if you do not close on the day set for closing, then there may be per diem charge by the seller. It may be any random number. They may ask, oh, I want $3,000 or $200 per day or $500 per day. Depends on financial obligations and damages that you may cause to the seller, because now they cannot move to the next property because of you, or they move to the next property but their bank has given them a bridge financing because your money hasn't reached them. They got bridge financing and the interest rate and the cost for bridge financing was too high for them to handle. You as a buyer are going to pay that bridge financing fee. Understand this. Those are additional adjustments. And then there could be other things too, transferring utilities. So these companies may ask you to open an account with them and they may ask for a deposit. It could be any amount. I'm not sure how much deposit they charge. It may be $300, $400 for the whole year, and it comes back to you after you establish a very good repute with them on your payment. If you're paying on time, they are okay. There is another way that used to be before, but do check with the utility companies that they will ask you for your credit check, and if the credit check is okay, they may not ask for deposit. To find out, but if you give them deposit, it will come back to you. So those expenses, and then on top, when you move from a basement to your own home, then I'm pretty sure you're going to spend money on moving. So movers expenses you should factor. It will be one-time expense, but you should factor that because you need that money in your pocket, don't you? And then move forward. You will probably buy some new stuff. You don't like the old appliances, they are not energy efficient. You want something that is great, energy efficient. Well, here we go. And when you get into the house, it may need some repair somewhere that you failed to notice in the beginning. Isn't that true? That's how you financially plan for your property. If you do all that, you are on a firm footing. And if you don't do that, trust me, you will end up swearing at your professional and swearing at the whole industry, saying they didn't tell me. I'm telling you here right now. Factor for property taxes for the remainder of the period after you take the possession over. It has to be paid to the seller if the seller already paid for it. Okay, and also factor for the disbursement that the lawyer may charge you, and also factor the cost of moving and buying new things for your new home. And I am still not at the housewarming party. We all do that. It's not mandatory, but some people want to explain, show their happiness, share their happiness with other people in their relationships, and there's nothing wrong with it. So factor every penny into that, and then go for it. Do you think I did the right? I share the right thing here? If you think, well, I would appreciate your thumbs up if you can give me any. If you are watching this anytime in this world, anywhere in the world, because this is very critical for you to understand. So $600,000 house requires you to bring up $35,000 as down payment, your own money or gifted money with a proof of payment and a gift letter. Plus, you also need to show them that you have money for the closing. The bank, the lender will need to see that you have funds to close it. So this is what comes in picture. So prepare for it. Pick the right realtor. See if they are discounting you on something the moment you ask. Find out. Use your gut feeling to assess your professional if he would be a great fit to represent you and save you $1,000, because that's a lot of money. And then once you know that this person is going to work to your benefit, get going with the person. Find out the schedule. If it is a team, well, then team leader may have different personality than the team members. So some teams, they don't work very well with the buyers. Of course, I have a team. Let's say I have a team. I don't have any team. Let's say I have a team, but you only spoke with me and you are impressed working with me. But now, once you sign up contract, I hand you over to Miss Joe. Sorry, Mr. Joe. I hand you over to Mr. Joe, and Mr. Joe is not the same personality as I am. And maybe Mr. Joe is not the right fit for you. How you take that? To find out in the beginning who is going to work with you on your home purchase. And if the team leader says, well, Mr. Joe will assist you, he specializes in first time home buyers purchases, okay, then ask to speak with Mr. Joe, because you are working with Mr. Joe, not with Paul Chima. So understand this is very critical. People don't ask. People think, oh, it's a huge team in Greater Toronto area, I want to work with them. Fine, go work with them. But just remember who is going to work with you. Most teams have buyer's agent. Do interview the buyer's agent. Ask the team leader or the person who owns the team, hey, can I know who is going to assist me on this? Ask to speak before you sign on the papers. Because once you sign the papers, you are in a legal relationship with the brokerage, and some brokerages may not cancel the contract. Well, it shouldn't be a big deal, but if you want to be proactive, these are the questions you need to ask. Ask. Who is going to work with me? Are you going to work, Paul, or will you assign someone else to work with me? Oh, okay, Mr. Joe is going to work with me. I would like to meet up with Mr. Joe and then see if Mr. Joe is great fit. And if you find that you don't go together, you are analytical, he is expressive, or you are driver and he is analytical, things may not work together sometimes. So please ask for another match and then go about it. This is simple thing that I'm telling. Teams are great. They have many moving parts within them. Find out if that would be the right fit for you. The teams are amazing, but you need to understand you spoke with team leader. He qualified you. He spoke you. You are extremely impressed, and you say, okay, where do I sign Paul? And then you get surprised when Mr. Joe calls you up. Hey, you signed up with us. I'm going to be assisting you in home purchase. So what type of house you want? And then you find out that the person is not a great match. He has a different personality. He is pushy. He wants you to purchase second house, the first house they showed you, and do not have market knowledge. So be very careful. Those are things you need to understand when you buy a realtor. So now getting ready for it. So you are okay with, you understood how much money you have to bring. So that's your bottom line. And then after that, you have to go deeper down and understand the mortgage terminology, what it means, term, fixed, open, closed. How does that work? Which one is the right fit for you? You may need a mortgage broker. I recommend you to go to a mortgage brokerage than directly to a bank, because mortgage brokerages have way many solutions than the lenders. Lenders are only selling their products, the banks, but brokers are selling suitable products for you. What is the best for you? Maybe bank A has a better deal than bank B, or bank C has a great promo going on, because many banks sometimes they compete with each other for business. Just like anyone in the world who is self-employed. So go for it. Find out if the broker does the right job for you. Figure out. And then once you understand that, okay, I'm okay with fixed term, this matches with my budget, and then you go ahead with it, get a pre-approval letter from the bank or the brokerage, and then start searching for your houses, right? It is really important to explore different options available to you. Rate shopping is a very minor part. Again, we are so stuck on commission reductions and rates that we do not see the bigger picture. We just get stuck with those terminologies. How much are you going to make? Oh my God, I am buying a house and you are making $50,000. How does it work? That's okay. That's how it is planned. Right? Now the rate of mortgage. Oh, I was promised 2.19%. You are telling me 2.25%. That's a huge difference. Just do the numbers. It won't be that different. It will be very, very similar. Then it comes down to compounding. Some mortgage brokers will tell you what compounding means. Some financial institutions will compound your mortgage monthly, some quarterly, some semi-annually, and maybe some daily. The compounding makes you pay more money. The shorter the compounding period, the more money you pay. This is how compounding works. If you don't understand the compounding, then you are just looking at the rate. Maybe at a lower rate, your mortgage payments are higher than the payment you would have paid at a higher rate, but a longer compounding period. Check it out with your broker. What is great for you? So rate shopping is not the only thing you should do. You should go beyond that. Figure out your monthly payment, how much they would be. And these numbers are all approximate. They are very clever with their disclosures and disclaimers that you will, really need to understand the fine print terminology. When you get commitment, you need to go through a commitment very, very thoroughly. People get excited when they're buying a home and they keep signing wherever they want, but that's not the right way to sign it. Ask everything that is written on it. There is a 2-day period for you to go through the commitment. But if you're closing tomorrow and you get commitment today, you have to waive those 2 days period. Many brokers may not even send you the documentation, fearing that you will go somewhere else and not return, and all their effort would go in waste. And they are not wrong. They are very right, because they worked harder on your file, they negotiated with the lender, and now you are just taking it away from them. And some may ask you to pay some fee upfront. Adjustable, it may, but nobody has to pay any money to any mortgage broker or brokerage if your mortgage is 400 or below, $400,000 or below. Okay, so this is where we have to learn the art of buying. The art of war is there, but we are talking about the art of buying a house. Alrighty, so then closing cost, we already covered that when we spoke about financial planning. But then on top, there are home inspection fees. There is a funny thing that when I bought my home, I was told by my realtors that you don't need home inspection. This is only 50-50. It says you can buy, you cannot buy, this is great, this is this, and it doesn't serve any purpose. But if you want it, well, we will get it done. Now, what does that tell me? That I would be an idiot if I ran home inspection. I would be shelling away $400-500 for no reason to get a report that is neither conclusive nor inconclusive. It is somewhere in between. How do I decide? But they tricked me. This is not right. Whenever you buy a house, get it inspected. Get it inspected. This is for your best. Home inspector will tell you about crucial things in the house, such as attic insulation, the life cycle remaining on your furnace, an air conditioner, any dampness in the property, any wrong connections at the electrical outlets. That's a fire hazard. Lack of detectors such as carbon monoxide or fire alarm in the property. And if they're electrical, are they connected well? Are all the windows operating properly? Are they cracked? Are they leaked? Are they energy efficient? 1,000 things you will learn. Is your electrical circuit board, or what you call electrical panel, properly installed? Is any circuit breaker overloading? They will figure out by their heat graph. So make sure you never and never let go of home inspection. If you are in a multiple scenario, well, try to get home inspection before you send your offer. Ask it to be inspected, or see if the seller has done home inspection before listing. Well, that doesn't apply to you, but now you have got the details of the report, and you can always call the inspecting company and ask them that they forward you the full copy in your name. You may have to pay them money, and that definitely you will, but that's okay. Now they will send you the detailed report. They do not represent seller. They are just doing their professional job. So when they send the report to you, Mr. and Mr. First Time Home Buyer, this is the detailed report on the property, and please go through it after you have paid them their fee. This is how it will be done. They will send you more details about that because they already have it. Make sure you pay for the home inspection from your own pocket, because that establishes your relationship as a master and an employee between two parties. So some people say, oh, my realtor would pay for the report. Okay. But you can get reimbursed from the realtor later on, but pay up front. If you directly pay, then you are the one who is controlling the thing. And if a realtor is paying, guess what? Sometimes it may not be in your best interest. So make sure you pay via check or you pay via e-transfer so you can track that down. And now the other party is obligated to you to give you the right report. That is really important thing. Always pay from your own pocket. I hope this helps. So now home inspection is a critical thing, and always people miss it when they are in multiple offer situation. If you are very confident that you have seen the house, you don't smell any musty smell in the house, you don't have any pungent smell or bad odors coming in from the attic, do you actually go to attic? You cannot go to attic because now you are getting into private spaces of the seller's home. Make sure you, when you book appointment, you don't book it as a showing appointment, book it as a home inspection appointment. So they understand that you will be opening the door to the attic and go in there. Home inspectors are insured for any liability. So make sure you don't do something wrong. You book your showing appointment for 30 minutes and then you have your home inspector who is going to put those ladders and all those things, gizmos, and if any damage comes to the property, you are responsible for it. So treat the property very responsibly and do not just take your chances with it. I would not recommend you booking a regular appointment and taking your home inspector with you. That may be a very liable action on your part. Say, call the office and say, hey, I know you were expecting offers on this day at this time. I am interested to write an offer, but I want to run a home inspection. I don't think they will refuse because you are a potential buyer, and not only a buyer, you are a very motivated buyer, because some unmotivated people will not spend money on home inspection. Or if I don't get the property, then my $300 will be all wasted. Okay, but if you do not get the home inspection done and you buy in multiple offer situation blindly, blind bet, you pay 100,000 over the ask, and then you figure out there was a leakage coming from the basement which you failed to notice because you didn't ran home inspection, then where do we go from there? And now you are willing to spend 10 grand on fixing that. Maybe you spend $40,000 if the weeping tiles are leaking into the house. So how about that? 40 grand, 10 grand, or 250 or 350 or $400, which is more valuable for you? Bigger job or smaller job? Bigger inconvenience or smaller inconvenience? So go get it done. Your professional should always tell you this: hey, we are probably going to get into multiple offer situations. This house is underpriced. It is way less than fair market value, and I guess this may sell over the ask. That means when people compete with each other, there is a great possibility of some people offering way more money than asking for way more money than the fair market value. It may sell 100 to 120,000 over asking. Are you ready for that kind of money? I simply have failed to understand this thing, that the house was listed for $399,000. But when you call the realtor, they will tell you, oh, the seller is looking at $1 million. So how does that work? And now your budget is $500,000. So you call up your realtor and say, hey, listen, this property is great property. and they are only asking $400,000. I can go up to 50,000 more. Can we get that house? And your realtor says, of course we can. And he or she hasn't done any research. Or if the right professional will tell you, no, Mr. First time home buyer, they intentionally low price the property. The fair market value of these houses is between $890,000 to $990,000, and they lower the price to attract more potential buyers, create a crowd thinking, create a scarcity mentality, and the house may sell for 110 to $120,000 over asking. Now you know that you shouldn't be wasting time writing offer on that property. If your realtor tells you, okay, let's show you the property and we will write your offer, regardless of the fact that it is going to oversell, well, you need to rethink who you want to work with. This is really critical. Really critical. I don't want to badmouth anyone in this show. I just want to tell you how things work. No profession in this world is without corrupt people. Everywhere, every industry has some people who will never run their life by book. If you don't understand that, watch Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad, favorite shows. So get the hang of the whole scenario. Understand. Now you send an offer, but that offer is a bait for the real offer. The moment you submit your offer, selling agent is going to call or message all those 20, 30, 50, 100 showing agent that an offer has been registered on the property. You are not getting it. They know it, but you just acted as a catalyst that precipitates the real action. Now, there may be another one similar to you. They will drop another offers and 2 offers received, 3 offers received, 5 offers received, 20 offers received, 40 offers received. Ever try to ask after the property sold how many offers were close to the asking price? And you will be astonished when they tell you, oh, we only had 2 offers closest to the asking price. And now you got your answer. Of 29 offers, 2 or 3 offers closer to the asking price, those people were the real buyers. You are not the real buyers. You just had inflated expectations that you are going to buy or steal this house for less than $1 million and make more equity on the day one. People are not crazy. You need to understand before you write offer. I usually tell people when they want to see a house, I ask them, this is underpriced. Your budget is not that much. I can show you the property, no worries with that. But are you willing to write an offer for this amount? And when they say no, we don't go there, we save time. And then when you have purchased the house, there are additional costs associated. So regular payments of property taxes, maintenance with the house, so upkeep of the house, maybe future renovations. The roof may need to be replaced in 5-10 years. You need to start budgeting for them. If you don't budget for them, your house will deteriorate. When the lender give you mortgage, there is a clause that you will keep the house in the best possible condition. Normal wear and tear accepted. But if you damage the house, they are not going to like you. Okay? Make sure you keep the house in a very good condition, and that's really important. I hope you got educated from today's broadcast. We didn't run any ad today because we were very late by 10 minutes. We just wanted to use those 4 minutes with us. We have great people that work with us. Gurleen Ojla from Four-Way Immigration, Akbar Waris from what was his company name? Safety Training. They give safety training from Canadian safety trainers. They train people. Then we have Kamaljit Bola and Sarabjit Ludher from Insurance World. We have abhi.ca. Pat is a great home inspector. You can always give him a shout for any home inspection. He is very unbiased and he is very responsible. I don't know why, for weird reason, we don't have his picture here. If you want to buy in BC, then you can speak with Amrit Sura. He is a great realtor, and I'm going to get him back very soon after we change our broadcast schedule. And then Mozam Alvi for all your paralegal needs. So if you are in India and get stuck with some legal issues, and I will recommend you this senior lawyer, Mr. Sunil Watts from Sunil Watts and Company. They are based out of Jalandhar, Punjab. They are very good lawyers. So you can always seek professional advice from them and tell them that you heard their name from PC24. He would be very happy and he would probably give you some best price and advice. I don't focus for best price when I'm speaking with professionals because I only focus on one thing, the outcome. And outcome should be great. And if you are looking to buy a house, please call me. I also assist people with mortgage loans, any kind, properties, constructions, agriculture, commercial loans, anything you want. I'm here to help you out. So thank you very much for your time. I appreciate that. I will be running this short ad for these people, and I hope you watch them and come back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, we'll be running from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Monday will probably be from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So stay tuned. Thank you very much for all the love and care. Bye-bye. Are you thinking of selling your home? You are covered. From my experience of 14 plus years in the real estate industry, this is what I have come to know. There are three major concerns that any home seller would want their realtor to answer. Number one, how much is their home worth? Number two, how long will it take to sell their house? And number three, what will the agent do to make it sell? I have answers to all these questions. To schedule your one-on-one appointment, call me at 647-424-0358. Once again, Paul Chima, broker with Remax Prime Properties. My phone number to call is 647-424-0358. Call me now and get moving.
From a vast experience in immigration industry, this is what I've figured out. Clients want to know if their application is submitted in a timely fashion, what a representative can do to serve best interest of their client. Clients are informed on a regular basis about the progress of their application. We deliver what we promise. My phone number is 647-465-8894 or reach me out at 639-998-1992.
Are you looking for a reliable legal office that can handle your closing in the most effective manner? If yes, please get in touch with Rakesh Joshi at 416-213-8600. Joshi Law Office provides all the legal advices about real estate law, business law, immigration laws, notarization and affidavits, wills and trust. Give them a call today, 416-213-8600. Are you the breadwinner for your family? Have you ever considered if something were to happen to you, what would happen to your wife, to your children, to your parents? If not, this is the time to call Kamaljit Bola at 647-772-1481. She is an amazing insurance advisor working with Beyond Care Insurance Solutions in Brampton, Ontario. Find out what best you can do your family while you can. Do not put this thing off till tomorrow. This could be very, very critical for your family's future. Are you thinking of a career change or adding another one to your portfolio? Well, you are thinking right. Call Sarabjit Luddar at 416-879-3039 from Beyond Care Insurance Solutions. She also deals in life, long-term travel, critical illness, disability insurance. Give her a call today at 416-879-3039. This is what we can tell you. She will always give you the right advice and help you find out if being an insurance advisor is your piece of cake. PC24RETV is heard over so many different channels. If you want to promote your business for free, call me at 647-333-2273. You can also send your artwork to contact@paulchima.com. We are here to be partners in your business success. 647-333-2273.